All right, guys. This is the short lecture here. I have a simple assignment for this week. Remember, I'd like to get you to post it by Sunday night. We can wrap things up and then be off next week. And the assignment's going to be to shoot a short video and then embed it in Canvas. And if we can all do that, that's gonna really help us for the second half of this thing. But as we do it, I just want to remind you of the concept. We always are working with these things. So when you start to think about shooting, even if it's on your phone, I want you to be very conscious of what that framing is, where you're placing your objects. And now in this case, for this assignment, I do want you to move your actor across the X, Y, and the Z axis. Now, if you don't have an actor, some of you might live alone. You can do this with objects. So set up your camera, position it still, and put a can of soup on the counter and move your soup across these axes. But light it. Do something interesting. You can be creative in what you're doing with this. But the purpose is to demonstrate you understand framing from last week, that you understand X, Y, and Z and that blocking and movement, and you know how to export a video from your device and then embed it on Canvas. So it's pretty significant if we can achieve this. So just a reminder, here's X, Y, and Z. And then, as I mentioned in the housekeeping, I've got Stranger Than Paradise for you. If you have time, and frankly, who doesn't these days, take and watch the whole film. It's really different, though. I'll just give you a heads up. It's a character piece, and that's a different kind of film. But for us, it works on a couple of different levels. So it allows you to look at blocking with just no distractions. So a scene in one camera shot runs for the whole scene in many of them. So take a look at what Jarmusch has done, why he's done that, why in many cases he's not moving actors too quickly. Certainly on the inside scenes, you really get a sense for feeling how small and confined that little apartment is. But take a look at that. Take a look actually too with how he's done this. He'll turn that camera on, he'll position it, and he'll leave it alone. So there aren't inserts, there aren't cutaways, there aren't close-ups that you cut in and out of. It's an interesting film from a filmmaker's standpoint. And then of course he's quite famous now and a well-renowned director. You can also take a look at any of your films and just watch one scene. And it helps for this blocking exercise if the camera isn't moving. And you can just really take a look and concentrate on what the directors are doing with inside of the frame. And the intent here is that you're trying to create dramatic points. It creates visual points of interest. And one of the things that's kind of interesting is that your eye follows certain cues. So it follows movement, it'll move to color, it'll follow the vector lines. And we've talked about a few of these things before, but movement the eye can't not look at. So when you put one of your objects, when you put one of your actors in movement, the viewer has no option. You just can't consciously not look at movement. Even if you look at movement and then turn away or move your eyes away, movement is a really powerful tool for us in single camera and as directors. We are directing, if you will, where the viewer looks. All right, so here's the assignment. Have somebody, if you're with somebody who will work with you, that'll be great. And all I want you to do is make one short video. You don't need audio on this. All I want you to do is block your actor. Now, I do want you to make the shot attractive if you can. Be conscious of your lighting, be conscious of your backgrounds, and then just have your actor come in and move across the x-axis, the y-axis, and then the z. So it's real simple blocking and action. Just make it one shot, save it, export it, and then follow the directions for posting it in the discussion board. And then when you do, put a few comments about what you were trying to do, what worked, what didn't work, what you were challenged with, if you will. All right, that said, that's our short module for this week. Week after is our spring break, so do something fun, give yourself a break, do something nice for those around you, and be safe and healthy. Cheers.